Coming in live. Oh, yes. All right. Gotta wait for it to kick in. Starsky got an Aussie girl, huh? Wrong. New Zealand, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. There.
This is my tea. Nice.
Starsky tea.
Yeah. This is a proper amount of sugar you gotta have in your tea, and you just pour it in here, and the spoon must stand according to the Ukrainian standards, according to Starsky standards. And by the way, this glass looks yellow. Is it like uranium glass?
I think it's a depleted uranium, yeah.
Awesome, depleted uranium, guys.
Operator Starsky, everybody, we're getting started. He's got... That is the proper amount of sugar, trust me. When Operator Starsky, we go out to breakfast, have coffee, it's like all of the sugar on the table. It's got to go. And also, Operator Starsky has graced us with his beard.
That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to another Good Morning Kyiv. I'm Anna Mercado. I'm joined by Operator Starsky.
Hi everyone, Operator Starsky here. It's been a while since I've been here for the last time. And and here we're joined with Aussie girl. Not really Aussie. Yeah. Say hi.
Hi.
And Sam is back, and we talked beforehand, and she will actually share a little bit today. A little bit, though. The thing is, if you guys want more from Sam, you're going to have to donate to our NAFO 69th Sniffing Brigade fundraiser, bring more trucks to Ukraine, so that way Sam could come back on the show, and maybe you'll learn a little bit more. I feel like that's a good trade-off, right? Every chance you learn like a little bit more about Sam, so we'll have her back on again in November with Starsky, and then maybe we'll get a little bit of a life story.
Yep. This morning Sam was like, yeah, it's cold. It's like kind of like
what do you think of the weather right now?
it doesn't feel bad. I mean, like I hate winter. You know, I hate winter so much. But
Look at this.
oh, nice. But 17 Celsius is okay. It's fine.
I'm taking some of his sugar. We're gonna have a proper weather report from Alex, as you guys know. Would you like some sugar? I don't even know why I asked you. I know, just
Yeah.
That's exactly. It makes it much quicker.
so there you have it. All right. Well, also our amazing co-host is here. Say what's up, Alex.
I didn't have a very good night's sleep, so I've just been very, very bitter and angry with life this morning.
And I know he's got the English essence to him, and it seems so nice. He's tired. He's gonna need a nap.
I just banged my knee as well.
Oh.
I'm very clumsy, you know, like the type of person that falls over in the streets, bumps into lampposts.
Damn. You gotta watch where you're putting your left foot, right foot, Alex.
It's just these basics that I never learned as a kid that, you know, are really hard to pick up when you get older.
The simplicity of it all. Well, welcome again, everybody, to another day of Good Morning Kyiv. I just got back from Kharkiv, so in a good conversation. Obviously, Ukrainian military is dominating right now in the south. Black Sea Fleet got absolutely obliterated. Why don't you give us an update, Starsky, on anything that the public might not know about the situation?
Yeah, so first of all, because of all the military success that we have on the front line in the south and on the east, Russians are very, very mad. And that's why we saw a bunch of missile strikes as well as drone strikes recently. This week there were several. I'm not sure if they're hit because I saw the places where those missiles landed here in Kyiv. One was down, it exploded 1 kilometer away from us, and I saw craters. It didn't look like a crater from an impact, because I saw a crater from an impact in Hostomel.
Yeah.
It was like hard to describe it, but that one was like smaller. But still, missiles keep falling over Kyiv, unfortunately, and the biggest concern is, of course, the debris. The reason debris are so dangerous is because sometimes the charge, the part of missile with explosives, just falls down, detonates, and basically it's the same as missile impact. The destruction is just the same. And we had quite a few of those this week. Andrew also saw a bunch of
Yeah, I did for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, that's the only that's the confirmation that we are successful at the front lines, because Russians cannot do anything else but strike civilians and try to terrorize Ukrainians with cruise missiles and Iranian drones made by Iranian terrorists. So that's my update, but the most important thing is that yesterday we received confirmation that Russian Admiral Sokolov, commander of the Black Sea Fleet, got toasted in Crimea, and together with 34 more Russian officers of the Black Sea Fleet, who will meet Iosif Kobzon, Russian singer who died several years ago, very, very soon, and hopefully,
and Prigozhin.
And Prigozhin hopefully will have a good party in hell. I keep mentioning this Aiden, right? Aiden, there's this dude on Twitter, the dude with the small self-esteem. Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah,
that guy.
And he said that strike on the headquarters of the Black Sea Fleet actually didn't mean anything. It doesn't change anything at all. You can, like, I'm not sure if the dude even knows the difference between like a rifle and a shotgun. Yeah, but he's an expert in, war affairs. People like that usually comment, and people like that usually support Russia for some reason, because they don't know a shit about like war, combat, and stuff like that. So I'm done here.
You're doing great. That is a perfect way to explain the Votniks. I mean, if you go on Twitter on Elon Musk's app, you will log in, and I mean, I have a good algorithm now, and I see just nothing but pro-Ukraine accounts. But occasional Votnik will sneak in, but it's usually like Senator Mike Lee getting shit on in his polls or something now, so it's awesome. But Starsky referring to an account, it's called Aiden, and there's I think 5 top Votnik accounts that try to be OSINT, or open source intelligence, and they absolutely know nothing about anything. No warfare tactics. They don't even know what the difference between like a rifle and like a shotgun. Like, it's bad. They have no knowledge.
There's actually a lot of Aidens, but when you mean this specific Aiden, you usually say it's a dude with a small self-respect. Yeah.
And this is of his own doing. He posted this photo of his lower area on social media and incredibly exposed himself to this ridicule. Self-owning. I feel like a lot of Votniks and Peaceniks and Kopniks self-own themselves every day, and it's just for our pleasure. But what do you think is going to be the ramifications of the Black Sea Fleet commanders dead? 33 commanders are gone. What's gonna happen in the Black Sea and occupied Crimea?
Well, first of all, they lost all the communication. They lost all the planning abilities for the Black Sea Fleet, and it means that it won't be functional. It will be functional, but it won't be effective for the next several days at least, until they find a new commander, until they prepare new plans. Because again, 34 commanders, top rank commanders and the chief commander of the Black Sea Fleet obliterated.
Gone.
It's freaking after,
so-
like,
Bro.
I don't know what to compare it to. What do you think?
It's a massive. Like a theater commander, basically. He's a guy who ran the Black Sea. That's why I told my stream. Like,
It's a Prigozhin of the Black Sea. Basically.
there you go, Prigozhin of the Black, literally, right? Just like, and it's good news too. Similar to like in Kharkiv and Kherson counteroffensives, when the commanders of the area were just getting taken out. I'm like, they were losing generals, and it just then it broke through. So, really good happenings. Have you heard any news from your friends in Odessa on the retaliation strike from yesterday?
So Russians hit Odessa yesterday with Shahed drones with caliber missiles launched from the Black Sea Fleet, obviously, and Onyx missiles. And the only reason they did that was because they wanted to revenge the death of their commander, and unfortunately one of the iconic buildings of Odessa was damaged really bad. It's a civilian hotel that is located just on the beach next to a civilian port, and because of its location it wasn't used much because it's like target number one. It's as if, I don't know, a White House was built on, like, on a beach in a war zone. So it wasn't used, but unfortunately it was hit and damaged really bad, as you can see from the pictures. Some people from Odessa, actually, they don't really like that hotel. They go like, it destroyed, it ruins our the beautiful landscape. But at the same time, Odessa was recognized for this hotel. Other than that, there are several people injured, but from what I know, the strike was not, let's say, as lethal as usual, because people go to shelters every time there's air alert. People learned how to survive, basically. And also air defense in Odessa. I would say that after Kyiv, it's probably the strongest one.
Yeah.
Because of the grain, because of the facilities that we have there. By the way, according to official information, 1/3 of our naval infrastructure, and I'm talking about civilian infrastructure, is destroyed already.
If you guys have questions too while we're having discussions, Alex is in the chat as always, he's going through reading your guys' comments. At him, you can literally at him, he's got a wrench so he can read them and get back to you. And also, if you have any questions for Sam too, that would be amazing. I have a question for Sam before we continue back on the war stuff. What is your favorite Ukrainian dish so far since you've been here? Like your favorite Ukrainian meal?
I really like borscht. Like, that's my favorite. Yeah.
Red or green?
Red.
Red. Okay.
Did you try green?
She has not tried green yet. I had tried green before we left, and it changed my life.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, because like people know about red borscht. Yeah, it's good. I understand. Green one, guys, trust me, it's amazing.
It's hidden gem. It's super good. I'm gonna be having some more. So, absolutely. I drew a mind blank now for the first time. Alex, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, I mean, it's in Odessa. What amazes me, right, is the sheer number of generals that NATO's got, right, that seem to always be dying in Ukraine in various places, right?
Thank you. He brought me back
Isn't
on track.
it? But also just how many, because you've got to think NATO's quite big, right? It's got advanced forces in Europe, Estonia. But the number of generals that seem to just be operating out of Ukraine, based on Russian intelligence, is quite extraordinary.
Based on the Russian Ministry of Defense.
It's a hell of an organization.
Exactly. So the COPE, if you guys, Alex brought me back, and that's what I was going to go back to, is the COPE response from the Russians was they hit that hotel in Odessa because it was a NATO headquarters. Absolutely. That's what and the thing I don't understand about it is like you said, when I tried to explain this last night, I don't want to see any military of Ukraine getting killed. I don't want to see that at all. I want to see only victories. But like in the you good? Okay, you got a work call, you guys. Listen, Operator Starsky is in the military here. Okay, when duty calls, he's got to answer. So let's take a few viewer questions while we're waiting for Starsky, for either Sam or Alex or myself in the chat while Starsky comes back.
Okay, Sam's one for you. How's the teaching going?
It's going. Sorry. It's going good. I'm teaching online at the moment. I have 3 students so far. Yeah.
Wow, 3.
Yeah.
What's the topics you teach?
Uh,
Yeah, you ask Alex.
Is it? Are you teaching English?
yeah, English.
Yeah. Like what sort of age range are your students then?
I've got one who's about 14 and 2 adults.
Oh no.
What are the challenges between like teaching a kid or teaching adults? Is there a difference, or are they kind of similar?
Actually, the kid is better than the adults. So, yeah.
Wow. Very, very interesting. So
Yeah,
I don't want to learn anything as an adult anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't learn anything as a kid, so teaching me as an adult must be very difficult.
I'm done learning
I can't even walk. Like I've been asked, does Andrew snore?
Do
I don't know actually.
Then I probably don't.
It's unknown. It's an unknown bit of information. We will set spy cameras up in his room and do a live stream.
I'll tell you right now, Alex sleeps like a baby, like just a new and he's a hard sleeper. Like when he's sleeping, it's sleeping time and nothing else. Okay, and I come in. I think I took about 10 minutes trying to wake him up and trying to go about it different ways. Like, hey, yo, hey, little tap, Alex, fuck off, fuck off.
Yeah. That is pretty much a live recording of
that was like
of
how it went
down. Do I use a nappy? Well, of course. I mean, it's just far more efficient than having to use toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that. I like who? You mean doesn't everyone?
I brought my dude wipes. All right, if you don't know what dude wipes are, not sponsored. I'd be kind of a good sponsor, but I like those. Ukraine as a way of having sandpaper toilet paper here. Like no comfort, no Charmin, no softness in Ukraine.
Sam, people are interested to know whether or not you speak any Ukrainian or have learnt any words yet.
I take lessons twice a week, but I'm not very good.
Oh, probably better than I am. What are some of the challenges or rewards of learning the Ukrainian language?
It's quite challenging because there's so many rules. Yeah, and my brain power goes by about 30 minutes into it. But it's cool. It's cool when you can start to understand what people are saying on the street.
Hell yeah, that's my biggest motivator. I know like 4 words in Ukrainian, and the translator apps, like I have Ukrainian friends now, and I try to message them in Ukrainian. I use a translated app, so I'm like, just so I can get like on the because like basic words you're going to be saying a lot, so like at least I can visually recognize some of the words. But yeah, it's a challenge. Alex?
I've got a question on, is 90 days the max time that you can stay in Ukraine in a 12-month period, and do you get close to the max time allowed in the country? And that's from Ken Patterson, who gave $10 to ask that question.
Oh, wow.
So
Thank you.
Thanks, Ken. Ken, you can stay 90 days in a 180-day period, and it's like a rolling period. So I am getting close, but basically the way it works is like my 180 days started, say, in March up to the end of September. So even though I'm nearly at 90, the March days are now going to go away. So I'm going to have more again. So when I go back in the October convoy, I'll have gained some days back. The problem comes with my passport, which has just got like 1 million stamps in it, and they don't join up. So I have like a flight into Estonia, and then going out by a car out of Poland, and then out of Ukraine on a train into Poland on a train, and they're on different pages.
Yeah.
And sometimes they've put them they've put like Latvia and Poland have put 2 stamps together, even though they're not the same route. So last time when I tried to get into Estonia, the border guard was like, "You've been in the Schengen for too long, not even in you." And I was like, "No, I haven't." And he was like, "Yes, you have. Like, look." And I was like, "No, that's not right." And then he got a pad of paper out and went through every stamp and wrote this table that took like 45 minutes. And I got off the plane first, as I do. I always get off first to get out first. So I'm then at the counter first.
Yeah.
And the whole plane is down behind me.
Gosh.
And I'm like looking over my shoulder like, "Sorry." And everyone there is just like,
Fuck
"Who
off.
the fuck are you? What's going on?"
I might have a solution to fix this. Shout out to Greybeard, which I have the gift for Starsky too. But he showed me while we were in Kharkiv, there's a path to I can start Mercado Media Productions LLC here in Ukraine, a Ukrainian version, and then I can hire you as like a employee, and then that'll help us with without the rules of the 90 days. It's a whole thing. I gotta fill it out. I have the press card I'm finishing, and then I'm looking into having a Mercado Media International here in Ukraine. That'd be
You
wild.
can hire me as an employee, then I can go on strike.
he can legally go on
Then
strike
officially
by
kick
law
off about like pay and conditions.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I start an LLC here in Ukraine, it's actually not that hard of a process, right? It's like you literally follow the guidelines, and then I can establish myself as the owner, CEO, like I am in the United States. It just doesn't hold as much weight. But here in Ukraine, I start my LLC. Put my name as the CEO, have Alex as my employee, and then we don't have to be bound within that 90-day limit. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of starting an LLC here in Ukraine, so that way I can not have to worry about that. So I have a press card and an LLC here. I'm just gonna have a house here too, bro. That's okay. I'll have a Ukraine home. Greybeard showed me the sheet to do it, so like I can fill it out, and I'll have Mercado Media Productions LLC here in Ukraine. It'll be dope.
This is awesome. I'm very glad because, you see a lot of volunteers coming to Ukraine. They either have to join some organization or get employed in order to stay longer. I know that Ukraine does a lot to help them, to assist them some way. Yeah, but legislation is legislation. And sometimes you cannot just come here and stay here for like a year unless you have reason for your stay in Ukraine.
Exactly.
That's why. Congratulations. Yeah.
Thanks, bro. It's not done yet, but I'm going to be working on it and getting that submitted, as well as my press card. So it's like 2 layers. I heard the press card's getting a little tough these days, but I mean, I'm sure we could get that done. But either way, it'll be 2 ways I can keep coming back, keep delivering trucks. Because again, I'm not coming back to Ukraine unless we have a truck or drones to bring here at the same time. Okay,
or unless he wants borscht.
Yes, I want some borscht today. Goes to Ukraine. I'm here for the borscht. But yes, we need to continue with our trucks. That's our end of the deal. Okay,
there was this. Sorry for interrupting. There was this crazy story. Paul Nakinfas Yuri, our good buddy, told me a story when he wanted to fix teeth, and in the US it's kind of expensive.
It is very expensive.
Yeah, so he made calculations and found out that going to Ukraine, fixing teeth and returning from Ukraine costs less than actually fixing your teeth.
Even with the travel and
even with the travel. He said he saved something like several thousand K. Several $1,000. That's just for your information.
Oh, very, very good information to have. I'm learning a whole lot. And speaking of Greybeard and that information that he gave me, I have a gift I would like to give you on behalf of JUCA, the Japanese Ukrainian Cultural Association, and Greybeard. Okay, so this, as you guys know, Starsky is not drinking right now until after the victory. So this will be for you after the victory. It is special sake from Japan that you're supposed to have after a grand event. I'm gonna butcher this, Graybeard. I'm sorry.
Amazing.
Grand event, a victory, something that you're supposed to celebrate, like an ultimate celebration. You're not supposed to open this until then. So I figured, or Graybeard figured, perfect for after victory.
I love sake. I really like. Of all the alcohol, I really recognize sake. And though I don't drink now and for the past several years, but that will be something that I will drink together with you guys and read the Ukrainian. Bro, if you're watching this, just keep that in mind.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Let's show the stream. So
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't know what sake is, so basically it tastes better than vodka because vodka doesn't taste. Vodka is 40% alcohol. It has no taste whatsoever. And sake, you have to consume it warm, and it tastes like it's as if I don't know what to compare it because it's something very, very special.
it's like I have when I go to the hibachi places in the U.S. They have hibachi here in Ukraine. Bro, so so hibachi, there's a big open stove and they're cooking meals for you right there. You sit around and you can have all types of different Japanese dishes and beyond, and it's just so awesome. And one of the things that they do while they're cooking is they do tricks. Like they're sitting there. You've probably seen it. They're cutting the egg up, spinning the egg, and then one thing they do is they do sake bomb or whatever, and then they will literally squirt sake down your fucking throat while you're there. It's a great time, but it's like I like it because it's not overly strong. Sometimes you have a good vodka and you're like, whew, that's it's so smooth and it gets you where you need to be.
Yeah, it's so the difference between vodka or other beverage and sake is that you can taste it and you can actually enjoy its taste, and of course it tastes well with things like sushi, rice, things like that. So thank you so much, and all our Japanese friends, arigato.
So great beer's added as well that when you open it after a great victory with your brothers in arms, there will be a little wooden cup in there to drink from as well. It has everything you need to drink from in the actual box there.
Yep. You can't open it until after the victory to use it. It's so dope. That's so awesome. Oh wow. Alex, let's get a weather report before we go to the next topic.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you would never ask, and it's the moment that everyone has been ranting about.
He expected him to never ask.
I hoped he would never ask, but it has happened, so we're going to have to deliver. This morning we've woken up in Kyiv, and you could be mistaken for thinking that you're in the United Kingdom in a grey, bleak environment where there's never any sunshine. But in fact, it's only temporary. We have a grey start to the day in Kyiv, capital, but the sun is coming out for the rest of the day. So from about 10 o'clock this morning, should be sunshine, and it's going all the way through until sunset, which is getting earlier and earlier now. Sunset's 7 o'clock, right? The winter nights are coming, but before then it's still going to be 25 degrees for people that measure their weather in normal numbers.
Normal?
For the American audience here, it will be 77 Fahrenheit highs. Right now,
That's so warm. Let's go.
Right now it's 62 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
What do you understand what these numbers
Those
mean?
are big numbers,
Exactly.
aren't
These
they?
are just made up
I've
numbers.
noticed since coming to Ukraine and being around Europe, it's I've noticed more and more that Americans really do our own thing, and no one else does it. Okay, we have our own systems, our own measurement systems, temperature systems, and nobody else uses it. It's confused.
What's the boiling temperature for water in Fahrenheit?
Boiling. It's
You see?
100.
It's easy in Celsius. It's like zero it's ice, 100 it's boiling.
Yeah.
As easy as that.
I was not. I fell asleep in science classes. I went right to bed. boiling temp.
we're 62 to 75 Fahrenheit today, and that for the rest of the week. So for sort of coming up to early mid-October, that's pretty warm, right? It's pretty warm. It's like a second summer.
212 degrees Fahrenheit will get you boiling water. Yeah, that's a big number. We like big numbers in the United States. You know what I mean? Texas, a lot of big states, big stuff.
Here in Europe, we like everything to be rounded. You know, like it's 0, 100. You know.
America 212. A fever, and when you're running a fever in the United States, it's like a 98.7 is your temperature, and then you're running a fever or something. 99.2. I'm running a fever, Mom. Yeah, we like to do our own thing in America. You know what I mean?
Sort of just on the subject of like getting fevers down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bought some drink, didn't you, from America for Starsky? And a lot of people have been asking the same question, and I don't know if you've tried any yet. Is how did Starsky like the Mountain Dew?
It was gone in 2 days.
Oh,
Literally, it was gone in 2 days. So
Sam's like, yes.
I expect more, though. Probably we should I don't know, contact our authorities to finally start bringing it to Ukraine, because it's so freaking good.
They still have Pepsi. They still have Pepsi Max here in Ukraine. And it actually is really. I like Pepsi Max. So they could easily bring Mountain Dew, right? So the thing is about this next time is we're gonna have Starsky choose options if he wants the regular kind again, or we'll give him like 3-4 flavors to choose from, because we have like in every season we get a new flavor. So I'll let you choose, and you can pick that. I'll bring it. No problem. We'll have Starsky do a taste test on the different Mountain Dew flavors. Also, I took a video from the entire journey of that Mountain Dew pack from the store shelf. Like literally took it off the store shelf, set it on the street of Krishadek when it got here, and did a video and handed it off to Starsky. So that is going to be posted soon. I'm finally back in Kyiv, and I don't have to travel anywhere else here in Ukraine, at least that I know of. So I have time to like actually work on my stuff now and do that. So because I have videos to post. Alex?
do you want me to keep going with questions? Or do you want? I don't mind.
I think the questions are awesome. Are any questions for Sam too, guys? Go ahead, Starsky.
There was a question about Vegemite. Did you try Vegemite?
I have not tried it.
Alex, did you try Vegemite?
The Vegemite. I bought some for Aussie Mick Dundee, but I didn't try it.
So guys, I already tried Vegemite because I have a lot of Australian friends, and about like 10 years ago they brought us Vegemite. They said it looks gross, but it's so good.
It is good?
Well, you take a piece of bread, you just put it on the bread, like very, very thin layer.
Yeah.
I still don't know what it's made from, but it tastes okay. Yeast? Oh. But it tastes well. I mean, I'm not sure if I want to taste it for another 10 years, but like with what does it taste well with?
What, Marmite and Vegemite?
Vegemite.
I see. I would have it, that type of thing, because I'm a bit weird, right? On bread. Don't say yeah. Like, on like toast. With cheese, bizarrely, right? You have like that contrast between them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing too is as soon as Starsky and Sam got here, can we show the Steam Deck? Yeah. I'm gonna go get it and show you guys.
Yeah, it's something that there are, for example, crazy like effed up days, and I have a lot of them these several weeks. And after those effed up days are finished, I return home and I aggressively played in order to vent. And I decided to recruit Mercado to our ranks of Steam Deck players, because this stuff, I literally took it to the front lines with me. It's if you like games, if you are into playing and you don't want to bring your fancy laptop to the front lines, you can take this stuff and if you're familiar with things like steampunk, Starfield, Witcher, whatever, everything runs on this.
So basically, that's what I'm going to be getting, so I can continue playing my favorite games. Because as soon as Starsky, as soon as I landed here, as my Snack Squad audience knows, I stream gaming, and we play Starfield, Cyberpunk, and Baldur's Gate. And as soon as I got here, Starsky's like, "Bro, Starfield is awesome," and I'm like, "Oh, I miss it." And then he brings the Steam Deck, and apparently I can play these games on. If you guys remember the old Game Gear back in the day, I'm old, but it looks like a Sega Game Gear. That used to exist back in the 90s and the early 2000s, and it was just dope. But it's like, I'm going to be playing it later and checking it out, but that's going to be something I'm going to want to get and bring with me so I can have, because it's a good downtime. I really, really enjoy that. And also, Starsky really, really loves Flight Simulator.
Yeah, it's. I'm a big fan, as you know. I'm still building my kit aircraft from the Hostomel Rex. So I am a big flying fan since 2000s. Since 2000s, and I used to fly all kinds of airplanes online. Dennis David, like when first time I met Mirko, my good buddy, he's like, let's jump with parachutes. Oh shit! Sorry. Yeah, work call. I'll be back.
All right, he will be back. Pause.
I can just imagine that you're sitting there. You come home from a long day at work.
Yeah.
And you do a
what is that?
14-hour long haul flight.
Is that what it is, Sam?
Like in real time. like dinner's ready, darling. No, I'm just doing the pre-flight checks.
he just gets done defending Hostomel. I gotta get all the flight ready. I gotta go to Taiwan. Starsky clocks into work to defend Ukraine at 8, and then he's flying to some far off land at 8 p.m. You know what I mean?
Or maybe it's not even that exotic. He's just doing from sort of Luton to Southampton short haul in England.
In
where?
France.
Oh.
And Italy, yeah.
Oh, is he doing short haul?
He's doing, yeah.
Is he? It's sort of a regional pilot by night on the flight simulator.
But I think
he's talking about your life.
He's getting ready for his future as a Antonov employee and a tour guide, because he's already got it there at Hostomel, and he's really trying to work and grind away so he can, maybe you'll fly the Antonov with Denis Davidov.
Yeah. So I enjoyed making first videos when this big war started. We made several blogs with Denis Davidov here in Ukraine, and I realized that I don't really want to fly like actual airplanes, because you can only have one.
Exactly.
And in Microsoft Flight Simulator you can fly like Piper Arrow, very nice one, like Cessna 310R. If you know this add-on, it's very cool, because Milviz made this add-on with a sticker of Ukrainian Trident that you can stick to your cockpit. Cool. It's badass. And TACNAM twin engine airplane, and whatever you like. So Bush airplanes and stuff. The first time I met Mirko, my good buddy, he's like, let's go jump with parachutes. I'm like, yeah, cool. Also,
out of a real plane?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, cool. I can also fly. I have 10,000 hours. And he's like for real? I'm like, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Of course I gotta try.
Yeah.
One time, there is. We were joking with Antonov guys. There's this little TACNAM airplane at the Antonov airfield. It's completely destroyed. It has 1,000 holes from fragments, and every time I'm there, I'm like, do you want to sell it? But actually I talked to the representative, and he told me that you can get this airplane. Of course it loses its I don't know how you call it, certification, but you can repair it and register it as experimental aircraft, and you can fly.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
for your own risk.
For your own risk, though. Risk your reward sometimes. I must ask, on your wrist, where did you get that? Because I need it.
Oh, guys! So this is something very special. This beautiful bracelet. Okay, it was delivered to me by Julie from a volunteering organization here in Ukraine. She's from Poland, and this very bracelet was given to her by MLA.
Wow.
She's a subscriber of my channel, and she likes to watch my reports together with her mom. So I will keep it on me forever until I have arm. And yeah, it's very beautiful. I'm very happy to receive such a present from one of my viewers.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Bro, some of the gifts that the viewers give, like I had a bead, like a keychain that was made from a Native American viewer from the United States and from my home state of Minnesota, and it like had actually I can read the thing tomorrow. But it's this whole custom-made thing, and it was just so heartfelt that I got to give to this sniper when we handed off the trucks. And it's just so cool, like these homemade, unique items that people that support your channel, to Ukraine. It's just surreal to me to see that and like what people will put into. They were back in Kyiv, that's for sure. Alex, any? People in Kyiv are not happy whenever there's a traffic jam. They do not like this. They do not like this at all. It is backed up though.
Oh, it's absolute chaos.
Oh, it's a mess.
The police have got involved.
Oh yeah.
They're having to pull over, and there's a man directing.
Oh dear. Yeah.
That guy is replicating an air siren.
Oh dear. The traffic is not happy.
No.
This is your traffic report, you guys. Oh wow. All right.
I can tell you.
Traffic report today. Things are clogged on Krishadek, so if you plan to get anywhere right now, it's not going to happen. If you're watching and if you're in Kyiv, if you have to drive, it's good luck. I'm looking, and it's nobody's moving, and Krishadek is just busy as hell.
Total chaos out there.
Total chaos.
Total chaos.
So
actually, I think they were cheering up the policeman, the traffic policeman. Yeah, and they were like, "Hey, man, good morning. I hope you have a great day today."
that's that Kyiv spirit right there. Now I must ask a couple more questions regarding the war. Attackums and Abrams. Abrams are here. What's your take?
So
Finally, the Abrams.
So we have information that several days ago they arrived to Ukraine. We all expect to see some very, very good footage of them being used against Russian personnel and Russian tanks. I consider Abrams tanks as a killer of Russian tanks, basically, because they're good, they're well armored, they have superior weaponry, and it's like comparing to shit the Russians use by today, it's like alien technologies.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's like, and what's awesome too is this is just the M1A1. The M1A2 is coming through next year, right? That was the big deal that was announced with the Leopard 2, Challenger 2 when UK and Germany and everyone got their tanks here. But this is like the M1A1 kicked T-72 ass big time, and now it's coming back out of retirement to do it again. It's just so awesome. But when the A2 gets here, bro, oh my god, it's like having a jet on ground, like with tracks. It's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, returning to this topic of Russia using old shit, I don't understand why some people. Maybe it's because they don't know much, like Aiden, about warfare. Yeah, the man with the small world perception. But I don't understand why they still think that Russia is winning this war, because considering the fact that Russia already lost 50% territories they occupied early last year, considering the fact that they keep losing tanks and vehicles. Ukraine keeps receiving tanks and vehicles and superior weaponry and stuff. I think it's just because they try to deny reality. It's canceling objective reality. That's what do you think about it?
It's just they don't like to face the reality. They don't like to face the facts. They don't. When they see the situation, they're living the situation of like taking constant L's, and it's just getting worse. Like Budanov said, it will only get worse. It's only getting worse for the Russians. It's never going to get better. As soon as they invaded, like the only chance that Russia had was their first days of the invasion last year, and they got absolutely destroyed. And then since then, those of us with like, oh wow, well, Russia's just only going to disintegrate even worse from this point on. That's exactly what's happening. Now that Alex has returned, he seems to have stubbed his knee again, or banged his knee on something.
Same leg.
Golly, it's the same spot.
Same spot, mate. Same injuries.
He keeps injuring himself. Oh, poor Alex.
I know.
Oh man, we gotta take care of Alex, you guys. We gotta really take care of him. He's a solid co-host.
I'm dangerous out in the world, Andrew.
Making tea
Very
for
dangerous.
us, banging his knee into things. Like, what could you? What else do you need? You know?
I'd bubble wrap, like a human-sized bubble wrap bag to get into,
The bubble boy.
and then walk around in it.
We have to. Well, clearly
Like,
we need to bubble wrap your knees.
Maybe with like a small hole to feed me. And
Just
pour water.
We're
in.
gonna stick a straw in there.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Feed you.
It's a very nice thing for like psychological relief, because you can sit down and just pop things,
Exactly. People, yeah, I know, but you know what will happen? Like other people will be coming over and going
And doing
like,
and
stop
trying
that! Stop!
Stop pushing my bubbles.
That's my protection.
Those are my bubbles. Attack 'em.
Yeah, it's another great news because so we made a map of all the Russian targets that will be within the reach of those missiles, and Russians are in trouble. They are already in trouble because we already have quite a few long-range weapons. And for example, 2 days ago in Krasnodon there was a huge explosion. There was this factory called Yunest, and Russians stored a lot of ammo on this factory for years, actually, because they didn't expect that Ukrainian armed forces have ability to strike them.
Wow. And he will be back. Duty calls. He's active, you guys, every single time. Sam, favorite color?
Blue.
That's my favorite color. Wow, that was quick. Favorite sport?
Climbing.
Climbing. Rock climbing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, rock climbing. Favorite vehicle?
A horse.
Oh, horse.
Love it.
She's giving answers that I'm taken aback from. I didn't even expect that. Alex, do you have any rapid fire questions for Sam while we have her?
Sam's like, no.
She's like, no.
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 No. Leave me alone.
Viewer questions.
Someone asked me about what football team I support. Southampton FC.
Ooh.
Relegated from the Premier League, currently 15th in the Championship. It's a tough period. Hot dog or hamburger? Sam.
Hot dog.
Oh.
Especially the Ukrainian hot dogs. Oh my! Like, listen, we do not do hot dogs correctly in the United States. I know it's like we're kind of all where we started it, but like, listen, the way they do hot dogs here is it's like a vertical situation, and it kind of looks sexual. I'm not gonna lie, like the whole thing's sexual, but it is what it is. And they fill this thing with the ketchup, the mustard, and the mayo in it. They squirt all the sauces in this like. I can't even say what's in my mind because I'm gonna get canceled. But it's like veterans in the chat. You might. It looks like. And anyway, so it's like this thing, and it's like the bread, right? The bun basically, but it's like its own thing, and then they just jam the hot dog in it, and then you eat it like that. And you eat it like from the top instead of like from the side and like getting it all over yourself. It's actually a really, really clean way to eat a hot dog and have maximum amount of sauce. I'm telling them how the hot dog works here in Ukraine and how much better it is than the United States, because you don't make a mess, you get more sauce, but I also explained it's a very sexual process to get the hot dog in the thing.
Oh yeah, actually, fast food here in Ukraine is considered a proper food. For example, you can just go to a gas station and have a hot dog and have a great day, because things like KFC, McDonald's, hot dogs at the gas station, they're very, very good in Ukraine. They taste well. It's clean everywhere. So there's nothing bad in like having lunch at the gas station. It's a normal thing, especially if you have a car, of course. But if you don't, everybody visits gas stations because they have very, very great hot dogs.
That's why Ukraine reminds me of the Midwest. In Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, I think North and South Dakota, gas stations are our restaurants. Like quick trip all the way. That's our number one, and you can find everything in there. It's like a little grocery store as well, and they have fresh food too. Obviously, after coming to Ukraine and having Ukrainian gas station food, that is like real food. And I've been eating normally, and I've probably lost like 10 pounds. Like just eating normally because the food is healthier here. You don't have all the junk preservatives and garbage that they put in the United States food. So like just in general, I'm eating hot dogs and like things I actually enjoy eating here now, and I'm still losing weight, and it's awesome. But also I got to credit Alex for introducing me to the train hot dog. It's a tradition, isn't it, Alex?
In the UK,
oh, here we go.
I mean, you're lucky if the train arrives. Like literally, the train service, Southwest Rail, that services London to the south.
That's a big,
the big area.
Yeah.
In a month's period, when I came out here at the same time, 51% on time. Right, and here it's like 98%. I think
it's
now,
literally like you're actually early most times.
Yeah. If I bought a ticket, just a return from my place, which is 50 minutes outside of London, so coming 50 minutes into Kyiv, in rush hour, so to get there before 9, it would cost in euros, 70 euros. Right.
That's
crazy amount of money.
That's expensive. God, that's expensive.
The toilets are like going to a US or like military base or a polygon hole in the ground.
Yuck.
Yeah, you know, like, it's sort of a bring your own toilet roll job. And there's no food on the train. And you come to Ukraine, right?
Oh my God.
And you can get on an intercity train or
Bro.
a sleeper. You can get an intercity out of the Donbass, so from essentially from quite near, you know, where the front line is. Have a nice seat, toilet, carriage service, and a cafe that serves
every 3 carts
hot dogs. As Andrew was describing, hot dogs with nice little French stick. You know, you pick your 3 sauces, they pour them in. Like, I think, for me, I imagine there is a training camp.
They got to go through.
It's probably at least 2 or 3 weeks.
I think they got to send the railway workers to basic training.
Because you have to. They do it like. They sort of like get it like a little bit in, but around the edge.
Yeah, they do.
And then when they slide the hot dog in it just takes each of the 3 sauces down. But it works, right? Like they sort of, you know, they obviously it greases the bread well. It mixes it, so you don't just have like a pile of ketchup or a pile of mustard. I mean, it's like art.
It is, and it's so clean. Way to eat a hot dog. You're not spilling everywhere.
So what happens is, if you spend a lot of time on trains or driving to bases that take hours to get to, you basically live off hot dogs.
Literally.
In Ukraine.
And that is absolutely okay, because this train, like the trains here in Ukraine, I've never ridden on a train before. Like in terms of like trying to get somewhere, like travel wise, I've been on like touristy trains. Like they have historical trains in Minnesota where it's like you're going on like a tour guide basically. It's not like a method of transportation where you got to get to where you need to be. But even from Kramatorsk to here, but I was on the same type of train from Kharkiv to here, and like Alex said, full cart service, like multiple times. Like they're coming through asking it like you're on a plane, like you're like a flight attendant basically, but on the train. Every seat there's 2 chargers, so you can charge your phone. There's like a TV up there. Every 3 cars there's a, like Alex said, there's a bar, or not a bar, but like a shop where you can get hot dogs, coffee, Pepsis, cup of noodles. There's like 10 choices of food, but it's the hot dog is the train snack. Like everybody gets it, and it's just amazing. And it's like the workers in there, and the train's moving. Like you got to find your balance, and you got to hold on sometimes. But they're in there cooking them up, glizzies for days. It's awesome.
I mean, they are very good bun lubers. Very good bun lubers.
Also, I suspect it's because Ukraine survived Holodomor, that artificial famine that Russians conducted in 1932, 1933. Basically, it's estimated that between 3 and 10 million Ukrainians died because of hunger. Such a variety, is because a lot of those victims were not documented, and that's why Ukrainians are. We have this thing about food, We have very rich food culture, and in Ukraine, it's a good tradition to feed people. Like he arrived to Ukraine, I gotta bring him to some good place, and it's not like. It's similar to other countries, but in Ukraine, you have to feed people. Okay, you have guests. You have to feed your guests well. You have to make sure that they don't want to eat anything else. That's why our food tastes so good, no matter if it's like KFC or like McDonald's or hot dogs. And we gotta go to KFC after that.
Absolutely. And also, I introduced Greybeard, who gave you that to Ukrainian KFC, and he loved it. He smashed. He actually wanted more because, listen, at the KFC, there isn't the one in Kharkiv. There wasn't any beef or like the beef patty. It was all chicken, but it's oh my god, it's like so good. Like the KFC here is just not even the same KFC that we have back home. That's why Starsky loves it so much. Like I was saying, I'm losing weight and I'm eating like KFC, hot dogs, burgers, but like the way that it's made here, it's like real food. But also like we've gone to Mimosa hundreds of times already, and that's Alex basically owns Mimosa at this point, which is our favorite breakfast spot. We go and we have a Spanish breakfast, and Alex likes to spend his evenings there too, just hanging out. It's a great spot. But we're very well known there now at this point. But I gotta have some more Crimean Tatar food and Georgian food while we're here.
Yeah, and here in Ukraine, sometimes people are spoiled with good food because when I visit our training camp in the fields, and the guys are like, "I'm so freaking tired of this food. I need something proper." I'm like, "Is it bad?" "It's awful. It's freaking awful." I'm like, what the hell? Because in the National Guard, my brigade is, I think, on a second place in terms of best cuisine, actually. First is Azov, by the way. And but I don't think that the difference is that big. And I'm like, what the hell? So I go to our canteen, and they give you like I usually don't take borscht because you have several plates of. First is usually like some kind of soup, something liquid like borscht or soup. Second thing is usually it's rice or buckwheat or pasta with meat, and we have this specific meat only fed to military, which is you remember our unboxing of our MRE, something like that. So it's just meat, okay? It's well cooked, and there's nothing like penises or horns or hooves or whatever. I usually don't take borscht because
It's
because I'm spoiled
Right.
with good food in Ukraine, and I take this pasta with these big pieces of meat, and it smells so good. Even I have like damaged sense of smell after COVID. I just go, oh my, like how can you not like this? And I take 2 portions of that. I eat pasta with bread, and I know Italians will kill me for that. I enjoy food, and the guys go like, how can you eat that? So even people in Ukraine are sometimes spoiled with that, but in our training camp it tastes so nice, and the borscht is so good, and they give you like again, it's only typical for Ukraine, they give you salo, the lard with onion or garlic and pieces of black bread. You can just drop it on it. It's amazing, yeah, and it's a Ukrainian military cuisine. That's what we have at the training camp.
It's freaking amazing. Alex, what is your current favorite Ukrainian dish or meal?
Well, Musafir and Crimean tartar.
The Crimean tartar
right,
food.
it's
Oh my
just
god, I'm with you.
pretty much everything
it's
from
so good.
Musafir is just wonderful. Shashlik,
Yes.
yantakips, just the grilled vegetables with the spices
my
they put on it.
goodness.
They're just the simplicity of them. It's just beautiful.
And I think shashlik is not very widespread on the West, right?
No,
But it's so good. It's basically like you have a stick, you have pieces of meat, and this meat is marinated. It's soaked for a day or 2 in a specific marinade, and then you stick it on a stick, and then you put like rings of onion between those pieces, and you fry them over fire. And it smells like we had it in a Georgian restaurant after.
Yeah. We have to go back
Yeah,
there too.
yeah, and it smells like like fire and meat and onion, and it's so amazing. It's very hard
I
to
like that smell,
guys.
that
It's
smell,
very
that smell.
it's
I know
it's very hard to tell you about those things because I cannot
Send you the
send you the smell of that. Yeah.
but you're right though. The
Yeah,
spice
yes,
mix they
it's the
use,
spice.
and then the way they cook it on the grill with the smoking, and it just is perfect.
It provides a really, really like good aroma, and it's like, oh man, I'm so excited to have food. One more big topic, and then we'll take some more viewer questions, and then wrap up and go have some breakfast because I'm getting hungry now. I must ask, Poland, what's your take on the situation?
You mean the grain situation?
Yeah, or just like in general, like the tension with Poland right now. I mean, people that might not tension with Poland, people that might not know how Ukrainians and Poles work, or this area of the world.
Yeah, well, because I'm a military, I cannot really comment on that. But as a person, I think that such things will happen a lot because it's a relation between countries. I can completely understand Poland that wants to protect their farmers. I can completely understand us, of course, because we have to sell this grain, and also we're a bit in a different situation than Polish farmers because we're dying, unfortunately. And those things happen like every year between different countries. It's called.
Has a term.
It has a term in economics. It's called. It's yeah.
It's a term.
It's a term. It's when competition, basically.
Competition,
Yeah. So it's a normal thing, but I'm very happy that our governments can solve those things, and it's not like what Russia would do. Russia would go like, "Fuck you," and destroy like I don't know, a port or something. No, we are civilized people, and we can talk it, and we can solve such problems. Of course, it's a big challenge, especially in the wartime, because in the wartime we have a lot of war-related challenges, but we also have international issues that have to be solved, and it's a big challenge for our president and our government. But I'm very glad that they can solve such things.
after the victory, we're going to sit around a table with the sake, and we'll be able to ask Starsky even more questions after the victory. I completely understand, because like when I was in the military too, in the U.S. military, like you can't talk about anything like politically or really like with a platform. It's really like, you know, Uncle Sam is your dad, and the president is who runs the country no matter what. So like I served under Obama, I served under Trump, and we had to give Trump and Obama the same level of respect being a military man. So I completely understand that, and I do thank you for sharing your perspective on the just the situation, and it kind of might clear it up and ease the minds, but also reminds you guys, like Starsky said, the difference between like Poland and Ukraine. They're going to sit down and work it out. Like, and Lithuania, like politics are at work, democracy's at work, things that Russia absolutely doesn't do. Like Starsky said, if this was a situation with like Russia and one of their allies, it'd just be sending missiles or something, or like or big threats. It'd be grimy. It's not, or like we're seeing in Azerbaijan and Armenia. If you guys, I haven't really dove into that. I'm thinking of giving you guys some analysis on that. I want to have Philip on. I should have Philip and Dylan on again, because we went to breakfast after the episode with Dylan, and those two just like cooked about Azerbaijan and Armenia. Like they know a shitload about it. So I'm thinking of having those two on and just letting them go and talk to you guys about the situation. Go ahead.
In short terms, situation is following. Armenia, supported by Russia. Armenia is member of this Security Council that Russia wants to use those countries to drag them into war with Ukraine, but it doesn't happen, of course, because nobody respects them. And so as soon as Azerbaijan attacked those positions at Nagorno-Karabakh, Russians were like, oopsie, you know?
The peacekeepers.
Yeah, so Azerbaijan armed forces already hit Russian positions like 4 times. That's what I know, maybe more. Killing numerous Russian observers and Russian so-called peacekeepers. And Russian peacekeeper is basically the same marauder and looter and rapist, only wearing like blue helmet. So they already killed a bunch of them, and Russians who like, you know, bravely fighting and dying here in Ukraine, they're like, such an it's an unfortunate, you know, they killed, some Russians died, it happens, you know, so they demonstrate like, you know, this eager to fight and go to Ukraine and like lay thousands of Russian healthy men here, but at the same time, you know, Russians killed like easily in Azerbaijan, basically Azerbaijan, because Nagorno-Karabakh, and they go like, you know, such an unfortunate, it's same with like same with Odessa, by the way. Every time we speak about, you know, the reasons behind the war and stuff, Russians always referred to like 40 Russian separatists who burned in Odessa fire in 2014. And they go like, you see, that's a genocide. Let's kill all Odessa. Let's kill all the citizens of Odessa. And they keep striking Odessa, and they openly call to destroy cities like Odessa completely. I mentioned it yesterday. There was this propagandist working for Solovyov, and she said, like, I feel like I don't already want Odessa if it's used to strike our positions in Crimea, in annexed Crimea. So if tomorrow I wake up and learn that Odessa turned into, like, whole Ukraine turned into a huge crater, I won't mind, you know. And it's so ridiculous. They go like, 40 people were like brutally murdered, and then they go like, kill all Ukrainians. Yeah, so
Hypocrisy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's hypocritical Vatnik bullshit, but yeah, it's basically what I got from Dylan and Philip and you now when they explain the Azerbaijan situation with Armenia. It's just more examples of Russia's grip on things around the world, collapsing because that's their shit. That's their swamp, and it's disintegrating. Just like their efforts here in Ukraine are just absolutely not. Like, they're done. The Russian Federation is cooked. They're in the decline. They're going to collapse. It's just, how long it's going to take to get there. And Ukrainian military is definitely advancing that. All right. Well,
It's very hard to expect to be successful if your main allies are North Korea and Iran.
Literally, when you're calling upon Kim Jong-un to get his happy fat ass on the train to come to Russia and beg for his support, like Putin was like this to Kim Jong, who's sitting Kim Jong's like this. Like, and this is Putin's thing, right? Putin does this thing, and he tries to make himself seem like a big mafia boss, and he's sitting there like this to Kim. It's not a good. You're not good. You're not going okay. You're not going to pass go. You're not going to collect $200. You're done. All right, Alex. Let's go with a couple more viewer questions, guys. Direct them at Alex, Sam, or Operator Starsky, and then we'll wrap up for the day and go have breakfast and go about our business.
Okay. I'll have a look of just going to read some of the notes that were here. Oh, that's a very specific question.
How specific?
It's a military question.
Ooh.
Does anyone want to have a go?
I'll take it first,
All
and
right.
maybe Starsky.
Brent
feel
Nanset. Providing close air support to infantry commanders on the ground is critical. Could HIMARS precision weapons be repurposed for this until F-16s arrive?
The one thing I can speak on that is, unfortunately, the U.S., when we gave Ukraine the HIMARS, we locked it, or the setting to do that, we limited it to just the GMLRS range. But like now with the ATACMS, obviously they're going to be able to. It's going to be a thing now where they have a longer range. But we actually tied Ukraine's hands behind their back when we gave it to them by limiting them with the system. It's just been a lot of that. But what do you have?
I would say that attack aircraft on the battlefield is a tactical weapon, which means that they can rapidly change targets or recognize targets and rapidly destroy them. HIMARS is... Can you call HIMARS a tactical weapon?
Precision.
It's because it requires time to recognize target and guide the missile and stuff. So I don't think HIMARS systems can supplant F-16s on the battlefield. Also, F-16s are multitask aircraft because they can use both as strike aircraft as well as interceptors. I'm still dreaming to see those Russian bombers falling down somewhere over the Caspian Sea. So unfortunately, it's like different things.
Thank you so much for your question. Alex, couple more?
I do have a couple more here. Sam, it's a question here for you that I think almost one of the first days you were here, you came on this show, right? Like almost the first day you'd arrived. It was literally the first day you arrived. And now you've obviously been here for a while. So the question is, what's your favourite thing about Kyiv or Ukraine?
I think we've been to some cool museums and stuff. Yeah, like a lot. Yeah, that's really cool.
What's your favorite museum? There's so many, I know.
There's so many. There was that cool cathedral we went to, and it had like 10th century floors and stuff. We were like freaking out.
Oh, the
that
Sophia.
one.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's where, so it's a cathedral that is 1,000 years old, and there are graffiti left by people 1,000 years ago. It's literally because people were very religious back then. They would go to church, and for example, if two merchants wanted to make like agreement, they would write this agreement on the wall of a cathedral, and there are still those writings found on the walls. They're like everywhere, and they're like very old, like Ivan agreed with Dmitry to sell him 10 cows, and they both signed, and the year is like 1232. You know, it's a place that you should visit absolutely if you're in Kyiv.
It's incredible being places where you can point to a building and go, "That's older than the United States," like everywhere. So, all right, Alex, let's go one final question, and then we'll do final thoughts, and then say goodbye.
There was a question.
He's looking for one.
How do we feel now when we have progress, when we have success and defeating Russians? The answer is this is the way it's supposed to be. It's not like we are celebrating it or something. We gotta keep cold mind, because even though it's happening, but still our friends and brothers are dying there, and it's the way it's supposed to be. The main goal that we will celebrate is, of course, complete liberation of Ukraine, restoring borders of 1991, international recognized borders. Until then, we try not to celebrate much, because war is very unpredictable thing. A lot of things can change very rapidly, and there are always pluses and minuses on the war. Today we're celebrating the elimination of commander of the Russian Black Sea Fleet. Yesterday we were mourning people who died in Kremenchuk, for example. So it's how do you call this when you ride? Yeah, it's like a roller coaster of emotions, actually, because you have to switch between completely different emotions on a daily basis. So it's very, I would say, it's very intense in terms of keeping yourself within the frames.
It's important not to get complacent. Like, that's what we call it, U.S. military. At the end of our deployments in Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation Iraqi Freedom, when you're about to go home, it's like usually that last month and a half, you can see the end of the tunnel, the end of the tour is coming, because we were in the Middle East. We had the privilege of going home. We weren't fighting for our homeland. We couldn't just leave, or we could leave. It's not like it was our spot. But that's when complacency would kick in, and shortcuts were starting to be taken, little laziness a little bit, you're doing your missions a little bit less on point, and that's when we'd start taking losses, and convoys would start getting blown up, and that's the most dangerous time, is when we were about to leave the theater, because complacency would kick in, and you can't do that. And so far the support for Ukraine is unwavered with that, and that's awesome. But like Starsky said, even with these successes that we're seeing, there's still the end goal of liberating the entirety of Ukraine, all of it. All right, you have one final one, Alex?
Oh no, I was just giving thumbs up to people. Sorry, I've just
you're good.
I've there was just a more softer subject, but people were asking if Starsky's going to John Sweeney's festival. Does that
the
make
Vladimir
sense?
Putin Do Fuck Off festival. It's for Putin's birthday.
Well, I think I should.
Yeah.
I think I should. So absolutely, if I have time, because again, guys, it depends. Unfortunately, I don't belong to myself. I just saw a person from South Africa banned for whatever this person wrote here. The other day, I received a commentary that you will lose your country, so prepare to give up.
Really? You were told this?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the question is, but how about saving Donbass people and that's it?
Yeah. Wow.
Because I may be changing topics, but whenever they talk shit about real reasons behind invading Ukraine, it's only territories. I remember when Putin was asked last year, when they started losing massive territories, and Putin was asked last year by some of the journalists at a conference, like, what's our gains in this war? Putin was like, well, you see new territories on the map of Russia. Well, we have success. So, yeah, so keep in mind that whatever Russians say, they always lie, because it's very obvious that this war has only one reason, is eliminating Ukrainian nation, gaining new territories, and that's why they will lose, because we don't live in medieval times, and they cannot fight against the whole world.
Well, thank you so much for that. All right, Alex, final thoughts. We'll wrap up. We'll go Alex, Sam, Starsky, myself, and then I'll sign out.
If you've got any bubble wrap, send it. Get yourself on a Ukrainian train to have a lubed up hot dog. There are a number of other good reasons to come to Ukraine. Most of them I've forgotten because I'm too tired this morning. But apart from that, just be kind to other people. Don't get angry in chat forums, because it's a complete waste of time. Stop arguing on the internet and do something useful with your lives.
There you go. Sam?
To the person that asked, no, I'm not pregnant.
Nice.
Aren't you?
No?
Oh.
Says okay.
Okay then. So, as always,
We'll change it.
as always, I would like to say thank you for supporting my country, because last year we were not sure that Ukraine will last. This year we have no doubt that it will, and Russia will collapse. So thank you so much for supporting us. Once again, thank you for beautiful bracelet. I hope that MLA will see this video, and thank you, my friends, for this opportunity to be here and talk to our beautiful audience. So, with that,
What do you got?
I'll give him a hug.
Oh, he even brought his beard for you.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's super good. All right, you guys, what an amazing episode today it's been with Starsky. He'll be back again tomorrow, so we'll have more Starsky, and we're also gonna have a special guest that you're bringing.
oh yeah, so we're gonna talk about. Can I talk about the topic? Yeah, so we're gonna discuss why supporting Ukraine is beneficial for the U.S. Because it is.
Yes.
Because we have the same enemy that wants to destroy our countries. And I made this poll asking people, do you think that Russians respect your country, whatever your country is? 98% said no. Russia always wanted to see a demise of the US, and we will discuss if supporting Ukraine is beneficial for US and why. And my friend is journalist. His name is Bogdan Butkevich. He's also a musician, and he's. You remember I told you about my favorite bands, the Pyryatin, and they made this beautiful song Arta about artillerists, and Yukis. And he plays in this band, and he's also my good friend. So we will talk about it tomorrow. And I hope that you will learn a lot of important information.
I sure hope so too, because like every time I try talking about American stuff, I like stick to Ukraine, blah 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 blah. It's like I'm American. Why would I not speak about my own country's bullshit, right? All right, a couple before we go, and then before I sign out, a couple of guys sent super chats and questions quick for the hot dog fund. Thank you, Garth. Love to see you, Andrew, Alex, Starsky, and Sam all there together. Thank you. Apart from the severity of war, so what's the difference between Kyiv and Kharkiv? It's just emptier. You can really see the war a lot closer because there's a lot of boarded buildings. The admin building's completely boarded. It's just so much life is happening here in Kyiv still. It's just unfortunate that's not what's happening in Kharkiv. Big, massive city. I think, 1 million people used to live there before the war? Or
more than a million, because Kharkiv is huge. Kharkiv is the size of Kyiv, and for a short period of time it was a capital of Ukraine. Yeah, back in the days. The architecture looks pretty much the same, and it's a developed big city. As I said, just the size of Kyiv. So the main difference, as Andrew said, is that it's closer to the front line. It's within the reach of their S-300 missiles. It's being shelled very, very, often, and you can feel that. People living in Kharkiv are very, very brave.
Very, very brave. It's definitely, you can feel it there. You can feel the war more so. I mean, like I said last night on my stream, here in Kyiv, air raid sirens go off. I literally watched the air defense working here, so it's not like there's no threats here in Kyiv, but it's like you got a 98% or higher air defense rate here. It's like much more of a safety blanket with the air defenses and how good they are here and how skilled the soldiers are at eliminating the threats. But they just don't have the resources like they have here in Kyiv that they do in Kharkiv. But again, yeah, like you walk everywhere you look in Kharkiv, you see boarded buildings, windows are smashed, roof in a building's in because they're still getting hit with rockets. So it's a much more different situation there. But I do want to go back to Kharkiv at some point so I can go to the zoo because I didn't get to go in the zoo and it looked awesome. Alex, you actually have a question. Yeah, you have one. Is 90 days the max time you can... Oh, you answered that one then.
Oh, come on, Andrew. I've done this one. It was very long.
Oh, yeah, you already did that one.
That is how good I am.
Yeah, Alex is super good. Yeah, you already answered that one. Awesome. Karen, $50 super sticker. Oh, my goodness. And then Pro Sonic with a $10 lubed up hot dog fund.
Mate, honestly, the lubed up hot dogs.
We need to bring some for the stream now somehow. I don't know how we'll do that for the morning show. I don't know how we do that.
I can bring one because I will be driving here, so I can just get to a gas station. Yeah.
Well, will they be open to have them this early?
Sure, sure.
Which gas station are you going to get them from, though?
So I recognize 3 gas stations in Ukraine. It's Okko, it's WOG, and it's UPG. They are nice, and I have a discount on all 3. And they're open. Actually, they work 24/7 because there are military cars. Even despite curfew, there are military cars that have to be refueled, of course, which may happen any time during the day or night. So they're open. And on my way here, I will pick some hot dogs for you guys.
Soccer is a good one.
SoCar is
good, man.
SoCar is good, but I don't have I don't have discount because I will have like too many cards.
Well, there you go. Akko, the Akko's good though. I do like the Akko.
I'm not disagreeing.
They serve chicken nuggets and potato.
I know. It's the best. It's amazing.
He's nearly making up for no donuts.
That's what I'm saying. Donuts were not brought, and that was the big topic. Was Starsky going to have a beard, and is he going to bring donuts? He got 50%.
The fact he turned up with a beard,
the fact he turned up.
The fact he turned up. I barely didn't turn up, and I was only there.
Starsky turned up before Alex did. All right, you guys. This has been a Minnesota goodbye. It's always long and drawn out, but that's who I am. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Support Ukraine with our stream by donating to our NAFO 69 Sniffing Brigade fundraiser in the description. We literally bring trucks here. Alex is on the next convoy. Unfortunately, I won't be on it, but Alex will be, and he's on like literally every one. So you'll get to see his campaign, which he'll be starting, but we have to finish this one so we can start that and get going. So we're like nearly halfway. I'll be throwing in so we can get over that crest, but let's get that thing accomplished so we can get more trucks here and be good to go. We'll do drones, medical supplies. More videos are coming out of our time. Vladimir Putin Do Fuck Off Festival's coming around the corner. Well, I'll tell Starsky more information about it so he can make a decision if he wants to be there or not. And then I'll be live again tonight with the war update. All right. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Slava Ukraine.
Rom Slava.
And Vladimir Putin,
do fuck off.
Take care, guys. All right. All right. Breakfast time. Breakfast time.